Imagine finding a random flash drive just sitting there waiting to be plugged in. Curiosity takes over and you open it. But what you find inside is something you were never meant to see. What would you do? Hey, welcome to POWERFLOW, where we uncover real horror stories that will make you think twice about the things we come across in everyday life. The new kid, Edgar, was strange. He never spoke. His skin was as pale as moonlight. His eyes were like two dark, empty pools. He always wore the same black clothes, like a shadow lurking in the halls. One day, Edgar approached me. He never spoke to anyone, so I was frozen in place. His eyes seemed to look right through me. He held out a flash drive, small and silver, cold against my palm. Then, he was gone. I stared at the flash drive. What was on it? Why give it to me? A shiver ran down my spine. Edgar's silence was more unnerving than any scream. A sense of dread filled me. I shoved the flash drive into my pocket, desperate to get away from anything that had to do with Edgar. I tried to forget about Edgar and the flash drive, but the memory of his pale face and piercing eyes haunted me. The flash drive felt heavy in my pocket, a constant reminder of the unsettling encounter. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Later that night, curiosity got the better of me. I had to know what was on that flash drive. I plugged it into my computer. The files were strange, disturbing. Hundreds of pages with Edgar's last name written over and over. Blueprints of the school, with escape routes marked in red. Photos of random objects. A lit cigarette, a handful of coins, even one of me reading a book in the library, completely unaware of Edgar's lurking presence. My heart pounded in my chest. Why would Edgar have these things? What did it all mean? The photos, the blueprints, the endless repetition of his name? It was all so unsettling. A cold sweat prickled my skin. I had to tell someone about this. The next day at school, I searched for Edgar, but he wasn't there. I asked around, but no one seemed to know him well, or even remember him ever being absent. It was like he had vanished into thin air. Panic welled up inside me. This was all too strange. I had to get to the bottom of it. That weekend, I went to Van Buren State Park to clear my head. As I walked along the wooded path, I noticed a silver car parked in the distance. The same silver car I'd seen in the school parking lot. The one I thought belonged to Edgar. A figure emerged from the car, tall and thin, shrouded in a dark coat. Edgar. He was watching me. I turned and ran, my heart pounding in my chest. The sound of my own footsteps echoed in my ears. I didn't dare look back. I could sense him behind me, a shadow gliding silently through the trees. Fear propelled me forward. I had to get away. I didn't stop running until I reached the park entrance. I glanced back, but the silver car was gone, vanished, just like Edgar. My breath came in ragged gasps. I was safe, for now. But I knew this wasn't over. Edgar was hiding something dark and terrifying. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of leaves outside my window sent shivers down my spine. I lay in bed, listening to the silence, my heart pounding in my chest. Then, I heard it. A soft scratching sound coming from my closet. I sat up in bed, my eyes wide with terror. The scratching grew louder, more insistent. Then, silence. I held my breath, listening intently. Suddenly, the closet door swung open with a bang. The room was empty. But, as I stared into the darkness of the closet, I felt a cold breath on my cheek. And in the shadows, I saw two eyes, gleaming like ice. The eyes blinked, and then they were gone. I scrambled back, my heart racing. I knew with chilling certainty that I was not alone. Edgar was here, somewhere in the shadows, watching, waiting, and I was trapped in a nightmare I couldn't escape. If you found a flash drive lying around, would you plug it in? Or leave it untouched? Let me know in the comments. And if you love true horror stories, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications because here at POWERFLOW, the scariest things aren't just in nightmares, they're right in front of us. See you in the next one.